Hey everybody, it's Mary Grace Lewandowski, Company Vice President for Park Lane Jewelry. I don't know if I'm really qualified to be doing this training. What do you think? Here, oh, don't embarrass me, you guys. Stop it. Stop bringing these trophies in here. This is so embarrassing. Please, please. We just came back from a really neat convention where we won a lot of trophies, which is not really what it's all about. What it's all about is helping people and getting them to do their very best and to make a life that they want to make for themselves. And one of the things that Park Lane Jewelry does for us, which I think is absolutely phenomenal, and I think you believe this also, is we have 2 trips a year, 2 trip contests a year. Now, what if you were listening to the radio in the car one day and they said, hey people, do you want to go to Lisbon, Portugal for a 5-day night, all expense paid trip on us? All you have to do is start your own business. No, you don't have to invest any money. We're going to invest in you. We're going to give you all the tools you need, and all you have to do is invest in your own business. Of course we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you and send you on a trip. We're not just going to send you on a trip. We're going to do both. And all that we ask is that you share this with 4 other people, and they do the same thing that you do. And then we'll send you all to Portugal together. We would be calling in, getting in on that contest. And that's exactly what Park Lane is offering. Exactly what Park Lane is offering. Now, this will be my, I've been with Park Lane for 5 years, so I've earned 5 of their exotic locations as well as 5 of their tropical trips, and I'm telling you, you want to go on this trip. And one of the reasons you want to go on this trip is to make yourself credible. You are going to do better in your business when you're able to say to the customer base out there that you have been a trip earner with Park Lane. Things are going to come to you more easily because even if it's just a jewelry show, they still want the best. And when they learn that they can have somebody who's been a consistent trip earner, or when they learn that you just came in and you already earned a trip, then they know that you're really, really good. And we pretty much have broken this down into a science. There are many, many, many different ways for you to get on this trip, as long as you do all of the qualifications. But I'm going to cut to the chase and tell you some of the secrets that we've learned along the way that we think are the fastest, surefire way to come out of the gates ready to roll and to earn this trip. And the first thing is, just even when I used to teach 2nd grade, we used to like write on the chalkboard, I'm showing my age, like if we were solving a word problem, we would write on the chalkboard what we knew, like what did we know? We don't know the value of X or whatever, but what do we know? So what do we know about the trip, okay? What we know is in order to earn 1 trip to Portugal, we need 40,000 points. And in order to earn 2 all-expense-paid trips to Portugal, we need 54,000 points. What else do we know? We know that every dollar that we sell during that time counts towards the trip, okay? The other variable that's non-negotiable is somewhere during the trip contest, we need to recruit 4 qualified fashion directors. So that's a deal breaker. We have to bring in 4 people during the trip contest, okay? So we know 40,000 points for a trip, have to bring in 4 people. Every dollar we sell counts towards the trip, and guess what? Every dollar your new people sells counts towards the trip too, okay? So those are the variables that we know. Then add to that the fact that Park Lane does a fast start program, which we absolutely adore. We're gonna bring in our 4 qualified recruits. Should have started already, but July 16th through August 26th. So when we have our 4 qualified during the fast start, this is going to be 2,000 bonus points per person, so that's 8,000, and then they each had to sell 1,000 in order to qualify, get it? So that's another 4,000. So the 2,000 bonus points plus the 1,000 they got to qualify, had to do in order to qualify, that's 3,000 points times your 4 recruits, that's 12,000 points. Okay, so 12,000 for your 4 qualified recruits, add the 8,000 that we did in your personal sales because you sold 4,000, and right now, 1/3 of the way through the trip, you are halfway to the points that you need. So 20,000 points at the end of that time. I don't think I need to say this, but one of the big secrets of this is, did you know you're allowed to recruit more than 4? I mean, you laugh, but that's seriously a huge deal. So a lot of times during the trip contest, I recruit 8 or 10, and every dollar all 8 or 10 of those people sell counts towards my trip. So And you're also allowed to sell more than 4,000 during a month. So this is just baseline stuff, guys. This is just meeting minimums, okay? So we're done with Fast Start. We're halfway to Portugal. We have 2 months to go. We have September and October to go, all right? Every dollar our recruits sell counts as points, and every dollar we sell counts as points. I deliberated over this one. Oh, these keep getting in the way. I deliberated over this one, but I thought really fair. Really, really fair, because normally when you bring in 4, you might have 1 that does barely anything. You might have 2 that float around, and usually you're going to have 1 that's quite the person. Like they're going for Portugal too, okay? But I averaged it out, and I said, let's say in the month of September, your 4 recruits each sell $1,500. Very doable, first level of rich rewards, very, very common, okay? Because they're still in their first 5 shows and all that good stuff. So 1,500 times 4 people is 6,000 in the month of September. They do it again in the month of October, and they've just gained another 12,000 points towards your Portugal trip. Okay, so we're going to take the 20,000 that you had by the end of August. We're going to now add the 12,000 that your 4 new team members have helped you along with, and we're going to go back to that 4,000 a month. 8 is great. 8 $500 shows is 4,000. You do 4,000 in the month of September, 4,000 in the month of October, so that's 4,000 times 2. You've added 8,000 points to your trip, and there we have it. That's your remaining points that you needed. So you have, at this low level of you doing 4,000 a month, bringing in 4 qualified recruits, and them continuing to sell $1,500 a month for the next 2 months, you have earned Portugal. So do not write this off. This is minimal activity with a wonderful, wonderful payout. And that's how you get to Portugal. Let's go for it, everybody. Oh, I do have to tell you one thing. No promises, but historically, in the end, Scott comes in with a little extra something. Do not be one of those people that gets into the last month and thinks that you never could earn it because you're too far away, because that's when he's liable to come in. He's done it in the past, hasn't he? He might come in with doubles again or triples or something really fun, and you don't want to be saying, oh my gosh, if I hadn't given up, then I totally would have been on track for this. So work it, you guys. Work it every single minute, and I'll look forward to seeing you in Portugal. Hola? Adios? Not sure.